What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with our Tales of Crestoria video. We have some new info to go over, and I really wasn't expecting this. I'm recording this a little late because I went to sleep after all of these things dropped. But we have some new selectable SSRs for the start of the game. Now, I originally thought, the ones we saw from the bit... By the way, I was wrong. You couldn't select Conata, Mizella, or Vicious in the beta. I guess I just remembered it differently. It was a while ago. But there are 17 selectable SSRs you will be able to choose from at the start of the game. So you go through the beta, there's going to be this little tutorial that you can either choose to play or skip, where you fight alongside Cress. And then, which obviously, for the first time, if you're going to be re-rolling a lot, you'll be able to skip it multiple times. But I would say at least watch through it once, just because it kind of where the story starts off. And then you get to choose one of 17 SSRs, and we're just going to go over what they all are, because there are 6 SSRs that were not in the original thing, but are here now. So on the first page, everything was normal, so we were all waiting for these posts to kind of start. Yeah, they even say it down here. These ones are not eligible for selecting Conata, Mizella, Vicious, or Aegis. So the first 4 are Cress, Stan, Leon, and Raid. So everything was normal there. We didn't have anything to really question. But then the second batch came out, and it has Lloyd, Luke, Yuri, and Estelle. So Lloyd and Estelle were not in the original batch, and I was not expecting to see SSRs for them here. So I got really excited. So now my original plan is out the window. I was originally going to choose Saray, but now I'm definitely picking up Lloyd. No question there. So ideally, I want to end up with 3 different SSRs after my reroll. But definitely the selected one is going to be Lloyd. So that was the second batch. They release these batches every the first ones were every hour apart. And then they ended up being every 2 hours apart, and it basically went till 7 o'clock in the morning. So the third batch had Rita, Kohaku. Thankfully, they changed her name from Amber. It shouldn't be Amber at all. Konono and Asbel. And then, Rita and Kohaku are the ones that got added here. So that's 4 of the 6 new ones. And then the last 2 that were new were Jude and Ludger. So the third batch was Jude, Milla, and Ludger. And then the final 2 they showed off are ones we already knew, Saray and Velvet. And then they have this thing here where it says, choose from 32 SR Memoria Stones, and then it goes over all of the characters here. So that's pretty cool there. But here's the issue with this. This is what they're saying. So it says, here are 2 more Memoria Stones, also able to choose SR Memoria Stones. Third image, you can choose the one you're interested in for sure. You don't get an SSR and an SR. You get one or the other. There just might be somebody who doesn't care about the rarity and just wants their favorite character. Maybe you're a fan of Magilu and you just really care about Magilu, so you pick her. That's just kind of how that goes. Originally in the beta, we all thought it was an SSR and an SR, but it's just, unless they changed it, it should just be either one or the other. So that's pretty cool there. There's 17 SSRs to choose from, which gives us quite a bit more variety than the beta. So that's pretty cool there. But yeah, that's pretty much the main thing to go on here. So all these posts are done. The game is downloadable on both Apple and Android, and now we're just waiting for the game's actual release. Now, if you open the beta, it says maintenance for the 15th, and if you open the Japanese version, it says maintenance for the 16th. But when the game was first downloadable, it wasn't the 16th yet. And then they also made it, they changed it, before it became downloadable on the Apple Store, the Apple date changed from the 22nd to the 15th. So most likely the game is releasing sometime within the next 24 hours. I don't know when, but that is the most likely scenario here. And then once the game does go live, I will record a video about, I'll do my first couple re-rolls in a video, and put that out as soon as possible. But this is all pretty exciting. I'm definitely curious to see which character everyone is excited for down below. Now, here's the thing. I've seen a lot of people complaining, about how their favorite character didn't make it in. And, that's just the nature of gacha. And I want to get people prepared for this right now because obviously, other than like Tales of Link, the Western fan base has not really had many chances for a character gacha. We had Tales of the Rays for less than a year in the English version. Obviously, if you continue to play the Japanese version, you're just used to every character getting somewhat fair treatment. Everyone at least gets one Mirage Art, and then every character gets at least a seasonal at some point. If you're a fan of a less popular character, and you're waiting for that character to get an SSR, you might be waiting for a good while. It might be, years before you see your favorite character get an SSR, and that's because in character gachas, it's much more prevalent for them to make characters that are popular that people are going to summon for. So we might get 3 or 4 different versions of Velvet before we get our first version of Norma, for example, from Tales of Legendia. So if you really just have a favorite character that's really not that popular, you're probably going to be waiting a while before they get their own solo SSR. Because I feel like most of the characters on here are fairly popular. Most of them are either main characters or they're popular secondary characters. Who would be a good, like Kohaku. Getting one before Shing is kind of surprising to me, but it's not super surprising. Most of the Vesperia cast are very popular, so it makes sense why we already have 3 Vesperia characters. Yuri, Estelle, and Rita. And I would expect we would get probably the full Vesperia cast getting SSRs before we get, 2 or 3 Legendia or even Tempest characters. So it's just something to keep in mind. Your favorite character may not get a unit as fast as you might like. So on the bright side, that means you get to save for a while until that character does get one. But hopefully Crestoria is going to be more fair than Asteria is, because in Asteria you've got like 20 Velvets. And like if you're a fan of like Guy, for example, he's got like 2 seasonals in 6 years. So that's just kind of, it comes with the trade of just playing gacha games. So I don't know when it's going to be fully released. You can download the app and sit on the main screen. It just shows you a maintenance notice. But whenever the game is fully launched, I will record a video as soon as possible and get it up there to let everyone know that the game is actually live. This is also going to depend if I'm awake during the time, because right after getting this video up, I'm going back to sleep. But yeah. Let me know what you guys think down below. This is all very exciting for the game to come out. Like I said, I will be choosing Lloyd as my selectable one. So during my rerolls, I will always be selecting Lloyd. And then I think, I'm going to go until I have 3 SSRs probably for my starting pull. Because we'll have enough to do. We'll select our SSR. We'll have a free ticket multi. And then we'll have a free... I think Bloodstones, whatever they're called. I forget what the currency is called. I'm probably just going to end up calling them gems. And we have enough gems to do a multi there. So ideally, I'd like to save the gems and maybe get lucky on the ticket multi and get 2 SSRs from a ticket multi. But if I do manage to have a reroll where I get 3 SSRs from doing 2 multis in my select, then I will definitely stick with an account like that. And ideally, characters that I care more about rather than ones I don't care as much about. If I had to choose between a reroll of Lloyd, Leon, and Raid, or a reroll between Lloyd, Estelle, and Jude, I would definitely pick the latter one. But that's going to be it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. You want to stay up to date with everything Tales of Crestoria. I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.